Hey there, CEOs. Welcome to the Wedding Pro CEO podcast. I'm your host, Brandee Gaar, and my mission is to help you, the wedding industry entrepreneur, to build a profitable wedding business that you actually love. I am talking about one of my favorite subjects, though I think I say that a lot, right? Like I'm always like, this is my favorite subject. But you guys, I get so passionate about jumping behind the mic because I love getting to share things that are working for my business or not working for my business. I'm testing out all kinds of things all the time. And then I get so excited and I'm like, this is my favorite topic. But I am talking today about social media, and I'm actually going to talk a little bit about the battle between Instagram and TikTok and which one is better. And you guys know that I love testing things for you, right? Like I have so much fun kind of testing theories, or I'll see something that a business coach or an Instagram guru put on social media. And I'm like, I want to test that and I want to see if it actually works. So in today's show, what I want to talk about is my experience recently with one single piece of content and how it performed on TikTok and then how it performed on Instagram and kind of why that matters, like why it matters to you and how I'm going to use that information going forward. So a couple of weeks ago, I posted a video about the Signet Jewelers article that I had read. And I just did a podcast about that as well. You can listen to it on episode 209. We just did that. And I actually green screened the article and I just talked about it. Like I talked about what was in the article, why it matters. And I put it on TikTok first. So most of the content that we make in our business is either created here on the podcast, right? So I create the podcast, video and audio, and then my team shares it out. Or it's me having random ideas in the middle of the day, and I will go on TikTok and I create the video there. And then my team takes it and they repurpose it to our other platforms. So this one video, I actually had no plan for it. I was sent the article by a friend. I was so excited about this article and the data that was in it and how many facts were in the article that I was just like, I have to share this. And so sitting in my car right there, I shared the article to TikTok. And then I went grocery shopping because my TikToks usually don't do that well. In all reality, I, for whatever reason, cannot seem to make TikTok grow. And it's incredibly frustrating. But I remember what that was like on Instagram years ago when I first started there. And so I show up every single day on TikTok. I make new content every single day on TikTok because I know at some point it's going to pop, right? And so this was the point where it popped. I still don't have that many followers, but this video got over 30,000 views. And just by the time I got out of the store, I think it had like, I don't know, somewhere over 8 or 10,000 views just from the time I was in the grocery store. And I was like, what is happening? Like, what is happening? Right? Because I've never had a video go that viral. So it was super, super exciting. So to date, as of the time of recording this podcast, it's been live on my platform for, I don't know, a week or 10 days. And no, right about a week. It's been live about a week. And so I put it on TikTok. I've had now 30,000 views on the TikTok. Okay. So 30,000 plus a little bit more than 30,000 views, 652 likes, and it was saved 45 times. Okay. Very few comments, if I'm being honest. A lot of the comments were from actually engaged couples because they had opinions on this article as well. And so I thought that was really, really interesting because I got to make a lot of spin-off TikToks because of that. Wedding pros were asking questions. So I actually ended up making 4 or 5 videos off of this one video because on TikTok, you can reply with a video, which then becomes a new video. I know it's strange, but it's awesome because it helps you just to make more content, right? When I'm looking at metrics is saves and shares. I don't think you can track shares on TikTok. I could be wrong about that. But I'm looking at saves for sure because people who saved it are people who probably want to come back to it because there's not like music on it, right? Like a lot of times I'll save a video because there's good music on it and I want to use the music. But no, this was being saved, I think, because people want to come back to it because they're like, oh, wow, that's how I'm going to prepare my business for wedding season, for engagement season. And then the 600 likes, that's really great, right? But likes are fine, nothing too crazy. And then several comments that I was able to make spin-off videos from. So really, really exciting. I got a lot of engagement on it, but I didn't get really much more than that, right? Like kind of vanity metrics, because honestly, I only got about 10 new followers from it. So that was really interesting to me because on Instagram, I get a lot of new followers when I have a reel that's picking up a lot of steam. I get a lot of new followers from it. So on TikTok, I only got, I think it was like 8 or 10. It wasn't a lot of new followers. So it was a little bit frustrating and disappointing. But really on TikTok, what I'm trying to do is show up every single day and provide value, provide valuable content to be seen, right? That's what I'm doing over there right now. Okay, so let's compare that to Instagram, right? Because what you can see as a user on Instagram is how many views it got, right? And you can also see how many comments, but you can't see saves and shares, right, on the back end. And you can't see how many leads I got from it. And so this is really what I'm wanting to share with you today. I shared this with my coaching accountability group that I have, and they were like, you have to make a podcast out of this because this is crazy. Because from the outside looking in, it would look like your TikTok way outperformed your Instagram reel. But so on Instagram, we shared the same video about 3 or 4 days later. So it's been not even a week that we've had it posted at this point. Okay. So on Instagram, it's got 4,500 views, a little more than 4,500 views. So you can see it's like a tenth of the views, okay, that it has over on TikTok, like a fraction of the views. But here's where it gets interesting. It's been shared, that one video has been shared 108 times. 108 times. That's insane. I've never had anything shared 108 times. And I can see right in the insights of my reel how many times it's been shared. 108. Okay. You guys, that means 108 people went on, hit the share button, and shared my account out to all of their account, right? So that's huge. That's massive. Like the number one metric you're looking for on Instagram is how shareable your content is. So this was massive. And honestly, like I told you guys, I made this video sitting in my car getting ready to go into the store. Like this was not well planned. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, let's make some shareable content. No, I just provided great value and a great article, my take on a great article, right? So that's what I did. That's how simple this can be. It was saved 31 times. So 31 times. Now on TikTok, we said it was saved 45 times. So kind of the same, a little bit less over here, but it was saved 31 times. But here's where the magic is. And here's the reason that I will never tell you to choose TikTok over Instagram. Okay. Yes, I think the two can work in conjunction, but 100% you've got to be on Instagram, you guys. And here's why. In the caption of this reel, when we posted it on Instagram, we said, comment the word emails if you want my email follow-up to be able to use to prep yourself for engagement season, right? So I created this whole free download that I've been talking about a lot because I put a lot of time and a lot of work into this email download. I give you my entire email funnel that I use in my own business to book hundreds of thousands of dollars of weddings every single year. And I also give you a lot of tips and strategies. It's not just like, here's the emails. It's literally a whole workbook of like how to use them and how to follow up and all these kind of things, right? So we put a comment that said, comment the word, or we put a caption, that said, comment the word emails and I'll email you my free download, right? 50 times, 50 times we had people opt in to that email, right? Now, what does that mean for you? This is such an easy way for you to be able to do something similar in your business, is to be able to share a valuable piece of content and then tell people to either DM you to get your free budget checklist or your free wedding planning checklist or your free whatever you have to give them, right? But this is a great way to get people on your email list or to connect with them in your DMs, right? And so the reason that I'm sharing this with you guys is because while that video on the outside will look like it blew up on TikTok, and it did, don't get me wrong, like it's exciting for me to have a TikTok that has 30,000 views. Like that's exciting. But on Instagram, I was able to have way less views, only 4,500 views, but it was shared 108 times. That means 108 new audiences got to learn more about me. And I got so many new followers from this. I actually didn't look at the exact number, so I'll have to go gather that data. If you're interested, you can DM me. But so many new followers that I got from it. But even more important is I got 50 new people on my email list, all because of one reel. Okay. And then what was even more exciting, just to kind of give you guys a little bit more, if you're wondering like, Okay, Brandee, why is this important? Those spin-off TikToks that I said that I was able to do where I was answering questions in my TikToks, I actually put those over on Instagram as well. So my social media manager repurposed those over to Instagram. And one of those has been shared over 30 times. This is the most important kind of content that you guys can possibly make, is to get people to share your content. As a wedding pro, if you can create content that photographers want to share, that DJs want to share, that planners want to share, that venues want to share, if you can create content that's valuable for other wedding pros in your market to also share, that's, you get to be in front of all of their audiences as well. And so this is what I want you guys to understand, is that TikTok is great to be able to be seen, right? To be seen by more people. And that's wonderful. And I'm still making my way over on TikTok. If you're not already following me over there, come on over and watch how I flounder around and figure it out over there. Okay. But Instagram is where you are converting leads into buyers. It's where you're creating community. It's where people are shopping with you. It's where people are having a conversation with you. You cannot be sleeping on Instagram. It is where you will do business. Okay. So it's so, so important. If you're on TikTok and you have a great TikTok strategy to be seen, yes, that is awesome. I'm so proud of you. But do not sleep on the fact that Instagram is where you will convert those people. You will convert them into buyers on Instagram. You will get them into your sales funnel. You will get them into your DMs. You will start a conversation. You will book a consult with them. That all happens on Instagram. So I do not want you guys to sleep on Instagram. Okay, so this was a really fun story to share. If you want to see both of these videos and you kind of want to see for your own two eyes, the video on TikTok and the video on Instagram, we've linked both in the show notes below. So you can just go take a peek. If you do come watch it on TikTok, I'd love for you to give me a follow, because I don't even know. I don't know how to get followers on TikTok. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter. So whatever, we're figuring it out on TikTok, and you can come on over there and follow along with me and figure it out with me. And then if you're on Instagram, I would love for you to just shoot me a DM and say, hey, Brandee, I heard this episode and it was so fun. And if you have any questions about how you can do this for yourself, DM me. I would absolutely love to help you. So you guys, thank you so much for being here every single week. You know, I love getting to pop into your ears, and I appreciate so very much you giving me your time every single week. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time.